Ladies and gents, hope you're well. A very, very quick message from me. Just an update, really, on a couple of things that probably need covering right now. One is the parent-player conferences that we said we were going to start October 3rd. When we set those dates originally, I think we'd set them prior to receiving the official DPL schedule. And as we know, there's kind of the games have been running really, really steady right now. So giving up a training session for us to schedule that is becoming a little bit more difficult than we thought, but we're still working on it. What we're looking to potentially do is the week before Thanksgiving, and even into the Monday, Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving, to get those scheduled. But there'll be more information on that coming out in the next few days. If you feel that there is a massive need to meet with your coach immediately, feel free to send a note out and we can schedule that time. Otherwise, what we'll do is we'll send out a Sign Up Genius that will enable everybody to get their time and get a little bit of a review in and all that sort of stuff, and talk about where players are at currently and potentially going forward. But just remembering our season's probably dragging on a little longer than we would have anticipated it being, especially knowing that we're playing games right the way into the second weekend in December. So be a little patient with us with that. But if you are desperate to get with us, happy to do it. Now, if it starts turning out that I'm meeting with 30 people next week, probably not going to happen. But I will do all I can to carve out as much time as I possibly can for everybody, so everyone feels like they're getting a fair amount of review and whatnot. The other thing is I've received a couple emails and calls and some kind of general conversation about school sports. Getting to that time of year right now where basketball will start becoming a reality, and then as we get into the spring, obviously middle school and high school soccer and all that sort of stuff. So our stance has been very, very clear from the beginning and very, very simple to follow from our perspective. We are in support of the kids playing school sports, 100%. Whatever the sport is that they want to pursue and have a go at, we are completely on board with and we support it. However, what we do ask is that when you're in that moment of overlapping the both sports, from CDA and basketball, for instance, it is important that we understand where we stand in that. If we're number one on that priority list and you're going to be at everything, absolutely no problem at all. Fantastic. If we are going to be number two in that and basketball is going to take the priority, again, no problem. Fantastic. But we need to know where we stand so that the actions of missing training, missing games and all that sort of stuff can be held to a consistent standard where we know what we're dealing with, because my experience will lead me to guide you in the more you try to keep everybody happy. Well, we'll miss a little bit of this, we'll miss a little bit of that, we'll miss a little bit of that. You'll fail in both. So it's easier to grab one and run with it and let the other know what the priority is going to be. So we can at least manage expectations from our end and the school can manage expectations from their end. But hopefully that's clear. We do support the kids playing school sports, no problem at all, but one has to take the priority. Now, when the girls get into high school soccer, obviously the older groups, the 2007s, 6s, 5s and 4s, you guys will be off and we'll have our optional training sessions running throughout that. So that's not a conflict whatsoever. We'll expect everybody to be pursuing school sports during that period wherever possible. But in the overlap of the other sports, slightly different, and into middle school as well, some little challenges along the way, because obviously the 09s and the 08s and maybe a number of the 07s at that point will still be training in the spring. But hopefully that covers that. Assessments, see you soon. Middle school and high school sports, pick a side.